So hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel, and we are currently learning Ultimate Python course from beginner to advanced. So if you are a complete beginner or want to improve your skills in Python, then this course is for everyone. And the best part of this course is after each topic we are making some great projects and we are practicing some interview questions also. So now if you want to master Python, then this is the perfect playlist for you. You can visit this playlist and you will get its link in description box. You can check out. And the best part of this playlist is after each topic we are making some great projects and we are practicing some interview questions also. Here also you can see this is the recent video, and that is functions, and we are making 3 projects in this tutorial, right? And we are practicing some questions also. In this sets also we are making a project. In this dictionary also, this is the dictionary tutorial and its project is this contact management system. Okay, this is the tapas tutorial where we are making a project. This is the string we are making a project, right? Here also we are making a game, rock paper and scissor game. You can watch this tutorial. Here also we are making a project, Python password validation. In loops also we are making a project, right? In conditional statements also we are making a game using Python. And in this tutorials also we are making some projects. And I can guarantee you, if you follow this complete playlist and after completing this Python course, you can make great projects by yourself. So you will get its complete playlist link in the description box and the tutorials link in the description box. You can check out. So now without wasting any further time, let's continue our Python series. So now our next topic is recursion. And what does recursion mean? So let's see. A recursion is a process where a function calls itself to solve smaller instance of problem until it reaches a base condition. Yes, it's correct. One most important thing is that in recursion we will use functions. So if you don't know what are function, please watch function tutorial first and then watch this recursion tutorial. I have already uploaded that. You will get its link in description box, because without function you can't understand recursion and you will not understand the logic of recursion. That's why. So watch that function tutorial and then watch this tutorial. And I can guarantee you by the end of this video you can make code for recursion by yourself. Okay. So let's see our recursion definition, and that is, it is a process where a function call itself. Yes, it's correct. What we were doing till now in the previous tutorial in functions, I have already taught you that we create a function like this. Def we write means defining a function, right? And then after that, after defining a function, we are writing the function name, right? And that is subtract. Okay. And then we are passing the parameters, right? X and y, there are 2 parameters. Okay. So that's why. And at the end of our code, we are calling that function. Subtract or multiply or divide or add. These are our function names. So we are calling. But in recursion, we will solve in a different way. How? Let's see. See here. First I remove this. Okay. See here, this is our subtract function. I am here. Currently I am here. Okay. Now enter. Now I am inside this subtract function. Okay. And now if I want to call the subtract function, I will call from here. From inside subtract, I will call subtract function only. See here. What I am saying, I'll pardon. I will call the subtract function from here, means subtract is calling subtract only, means a function is calling itself and that only it's written here. See here, recursion is a process where a function call itself, means function subtract is calling itself only, right? Now the next thing is function call itself to solve small instance of problem. Yes, first you have to keep one thing in mind, that when you write recursion question, you have to tell our coder or a recursion that this is the problem, and then that recursion will solve into, or that recursion will divide into smaller instances, then it will solve that problem. Okay, how it will solve? I'll show you the flow of recursion. Let's see. So now I will teach you the recursion flow. How will this recursion work? If I tell my co-editor, or if I give a problem to a recursion that n is a problem and you have to solve this problem. So what will this recursion do? Here it is written. See here. It's written here. A function call itself to solve smaller instances of problems. Means our recursion will divide this n problem into smaller instances. And then you have to keep faith that it will solve itself. For example, if n is a problem, then it will divide or it will call a smaller problem. That will be n minus 1. N minus 1 will be smaller than n, right? So it is calling or it is solving the smaller instance. Okay. Now again n minus 1 will call a smaller instance. And what will be the smaller instance of n minus 1? That will be n minus 2, right? Now again n minus 2 will call a smaller instance, and that will be n minus 3. Now again this n minus 3 will call a smaller instance, and that will be n minus 4, right? Now again this n minus 4 will call a smaller instance, n minus 5. And if you don't write a base condition, what does this base condition means? Base condition means whatever base condition you will write, that code will stop there only. It will not run in loop. If you don't write a base condition, it will run in loop continuously. Okay, so for stopping, we have to write a base condition. So if I write a base condition, that means if n value becomes 0, whenever n value becomes 0, you can return from here. So this is our base condition. Here it will return certain value, and it will return from here to here, and it will print all the values as output. Whatever value or whatever code we will write, that value it will print as output, and it will return from here. So what we are doing here, we are dividing a big problem into smaller instances, and we are keeping the faith that n is keeping the faith that n minus 1 will handle itself. N minus 1 is keeping the faith that n minus 2 will handle, and it will print the value. N minus 2 is keeping the faith on n minus 3 that it will handle, and it will print the value. N minus 3 is keeping the faith on n minus 4. That means it will handle and it will print the value, right? So like this recursion works. It will divide into smaller and smaller instances, and on the base condition, whatever we will write, it will return that value backwards. It will return from there to there, and it will print. What does this backward mean? I will explain you, don't worry. So now we will see our question. So first see this also. See here, I have written here until it reaches the base condition that I taught you. At the base condition it will hit. Okay. Afterwards we will see this question. First we will see our next question. Question is, we have to print numbers from n to 1. Means we have to print numbers backwards in decreasing orders, right? So if I give value n is equals to 5, means we have to print 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then 1, right? We have to print this. So now we have to print these numbers using recursion. Okay, so if you have watched my loops tutorial, then you will tell me that we can do this task using loops, right? But no, we are using recursion, so that's why we have to solve this question using recursion only, right? How we will solve it using recursion? Let's see. So see here, first whenever you write code, or whenever you make logic for recursion, you have to think that what work we have to do, or what work our recursion should do. Okay, so what work we have to do? We have to print our numbers 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So for solving this question, we have to first create a function, and that will be def. We are defining a function, then we are writing print numbers. I am giving my function name print number. Okay, and then inside the parenthesis I will pass a parameter where these numbers will be stored. Means n is equals to 5, so n will be stored here. Okay, now after that we will print a number. Initially I am writing a simple function code. Okay, I have to print this n value only. I am writing that much only. I have to write n value. Okay, and now I will call this function from here. So I am calling print num. Okay, and inside that I am giving the input. See here, it's recommending only because I have passed a parameter here n. So now it's showing that you have passed a parameter. Now you are calling that function. So you have to give the input for that parameter, right? I have already taught you that in functions. You can watch that. So I'm passing a value that is 5. Okay, so now I will run this code. Let's see what output will come. See here, it's only showing 5 because we have not written the logic for that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have to write the logic. So see here, 5 is showing. See here, it's giving output. I'll just comment out this part, otherwise it will show error. So see here, this part is printing 5. Okay, and now we want that it should print 4 also, then 3 also, then 2 also, and then 1 also. Okay, if I tell you that if 5 is n, then what will be 4? 4 will be n minus 1. Obviously, if n value is 5, if this n value is 5, then 5 minus 1 will be equals to 4, right? So can I write in place of 4 n minus 1? Yes, I can write n minus 1. Now tell me, in the place of 3, can I write n minus 2? Yes, because n value is 5. So 5 minus 2, that will be 3. So I can write n minus 2. So at the place of 2, can I write n minus 3? Yes, I can write because n is 5. So 5 minus 3, that will be 2. So like this, I have to tell my code editor or recursion that you do one thing. You can call a smaller instance. N minus 1 is smaller than n. So n will call n minus 1. Then n minus 2 is smaller than n minus 1. Then n minus 1 will call n minus 2. And 1 is smaller than n minus 3. So it will call that. Okay. Now you are thinking that why I have written here 1. Because we have to write a certain base condition, right? So if I want to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 till 1. So I can write a base condition whenever n value becomes 1. Then you can return the value as output and you can stop. That's why I have written here 1. So now how we will write it? Let's see. So let's see. I have created a function, right? I have passed a parameter also. This only. Yes, I am removing for now. Okay. I have created a function, right? I am passing a parameter where 5 will be stored because we have to print till 5. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 means, so that's why I am passing 5 here. Okay. So now if I write or if I tell my co-editor that you do one thing, I am calling our function that is print num. I am inside this function and from here only I am calling print num only. Okay, our function is calling itself. Now inside that I have to pass a value. See here it's recommending also for n. Yes, because I have passed a parameter, that's why. Now I will call for n minus 1. Okay, and now I have to keep a faith that remaining part our recursion will handle itself. Means for the 4 I am calling, n minus 1 means for the 4 I am calling means I have printed 5 and the remaining part 4, 3, 2, 1. This part n minus 1 will handle itself. Yes, recursion first most important rule says that you have to write the logic and the remaining part you have to keep the faith that it will handle itself. So I am telling that 5 it will print and for the remaining part n minus 1 you can call that function and the remaining part it will handle itself. Okay, I will also explain how this code will run in backend, don't worry. And after that I am telling that after you call these functions for 4 also, for 3 also, for 2 also and for 1 also, then you print these values. For the print I am writing here n because all the values 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 it will be stored in n, so it will print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? And after that at the end of this I have to pass n value also, that is 5. So I will call this function print num. Yes, we are calling two times. First time at the end for passing the value for the parameter, and here we are calling for solving a problem, for making a smaller instance, means dividing a big problem into smaller one. For that we are calling a function is calling itself. Okay, and now we have to write a base condition also, because if you don't write the base condition it will run for 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, then for the 0, then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, in loop it will run. So for stopping we have to write a base condition, and that will be if n value becomes 0. Whenever n value becomes 0, you do one thing. When n is equals to 0, you do one thing, you can return from here. Yes, you can return from here. Okay, and it will handle itself. So now let's see how this code will run in backend. This is our code. Okay, in function tutorial I have already taught you that wherever from where we are calling our main function, our code will start running from there. Okay, so if I tell that our code is running from here, so our code editor will first come here, means print num, and from here it will call our function that is print num. Okay, and this 5 will be stored inside this n value. Okay, so now we will see how this code will run in backend. Okay, from here it is calling our function. Okay, so now n is equals to 5. Okay, now it will come to the next line, means our code editor will come to the next line here, that is n is equals to 0, means our coordinator will check that is n is equals to 0? No. Currently n value is equals to 5. Okay. So now it will come to the next line, and that is this line. Print num. In the next line it is calling again this function only, print num. That means it will not come here. It will again call this function from here to here for n minus 1. Means currently n value is equals to 5, and now this function is calling itself for n minus 1. So now at this step what will be n value? At this step n value will become 4, right? N value will become 4. So it is calling this function. Now at the next line it will see that is n value is equals to 0? No. N value is equals to 4. Okay. So now again at this line our coordinator will come, and now it will again call this function only. Again call this function only, and again for n minus 1. Currently n value is equals to 4. So again if it call for n minus 1 means it will call for n minus 2. Okay. So what will be n minus 1 value? Means 4 minus 1, that will be 3. So now this step is calling for n equals to 3. Now n value is 3. Okay. So again it will check here. Is n equals to 0? No. N is equals to 3. So that means we don't have to return now. Again it will come to this line, and again it will call for n minus 1. Currently n value is 3. If n minus 1 is, that means 3 minus 1, that will be 2, right? So again it will call for n minus 3. See here, why I am writing here n minus 3? Because n is equals to, at this step n is equals to 5. So n minus 1 will be 4, right? N minus 2 will be 5 minus 2, that will be 3. N minus 3 will be 5 minus 3 equals to 2. So don't get confused between these and these. This is the current value what n is, and this is the calling part. What our function is calling, that only I am telling you. Okay. So n minus 3. So at this step n will become here 2, right? N minus 3, that means 5 minus 3, that is 2, right? Now again see here, it will check n is equals to 0. No, it is not 0. Again it will come to this step, and again it will call this function for n minus 1. Again it will call to the smaller instance, that will be n minus 4. At this step n will become, n minus 4 means 5 minus 4, that is n will become 1, right? Now see here, what we have to print? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 it is printing. Means we have to stop somewhere, right? So I can write here that if n, you can call one more time for n minus 5. Okay. It will call one more time, that will be n minus 5. Here n will become 0. See here, n will become 0. So now I can write a base condition that whenever n will become 0, you have to stop and you can return from there. You will return from here backwards. Okay. So this step n minus 5 or n equals to 0, this step will return from here to here. Okay. So now we came here. This n minus 4 have n equals to 1 value. That means from here it will start returning n value from here to its previous step. So now here is n equals to 1. N is equals to 1. This 1 it will return to its previous step. That means 1 is here. Now at this step what is the n value? That is 2. It will also join to 1. Okay. So now this complete 1 and 2 it will return to the previous step, and that will be 1, 2. At this step what is the n value? That is 3. So 3 will also join 1 and 2. Okay. Now this complete will return to its previous step, that will be 1, 2 and 3. And what is the n value currently at this step? That is 4. So 4 will join 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Now this complete will return this value to its previous step, that is n equals to 5. Okay. So now at this step 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 is came here, and after that what is written here? That is return. So it is returning this complete value to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after that, after this return, now it will come to this step, and now it is written print n, means whatever value it have returned, that is 1, 2, see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever value it is returning here, you can print that. Now it will print this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I hope you understood how this code will run in backend. Okay. So now we will see in our Visual Studio. So let's see. It is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I will run this code. See here. It's showing our correct output, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this is our output. Okay. Now you will ask me, Priyanshi, you told that we are writing code for decreasing order, means 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? But it is showing in increasing order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Yes, I told you. See here. First you understand this logic for increasing order, then I will teach you how we will convert this code into decreasing order only by changing one line. We will not change the complete code, right? So see here, what we are doing here, we are first calling this, we are calling print num, means print num is calling print num only, means function is calling itself for first n value is 5. Okay, means n value is 5. Then it is calling for n minus 1, means for 4. Then it is calling for n minus 2, means 3. Then it is calling for n minus 3, that means 2. And then at the end it is calling for n minus 4 or 1, right? But we are calling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in decreasing order. But it's showing in increasing order because we have written here that first we will call all the numbers for n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5. And when n value becomes 0, then you have to return, means after return. See here, listen carefully. After return, it will print all the values. First, we will call for each number for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then at the end, when n value becomes 0, then it will return. And after that, at the end of the code, it will print the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are calling in decreasing order only 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But while printing, it is reversing that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how we will convert this code into decreasing order? Let's see. See here, we are first calling and then printing at the end. But now for decreasing order, what we will do? We will print before and then we will call the function. Now it will print in decreasing order. Let's see. See here, now it's printing in decreasing order 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't worry, I will explain you how this code is running in backend. But first see this. Now what we are doing? See here. First we are printing before its value is n, that means 5. That's why it's printing 5. Then we will call for n minus 1, means for 4. Then it will print 4. Then again we will call, then it will print 3. Then again it will print 2. Then again it will print 1. And then this will hit the condition and become 0. And then it will return. It will not come to here and here. I'll show you how this code will run in backend also. So see here, this is our code and now we will see how this code will run in backend. I already told you that wherever we are calling the function for the first time, our code data will come there only. Initially it will come there. So we are calling this function from here. So our code data will come here. Okay, it will start running from here. So here, see this. We are giving an input, that is 5. We are calling this function print num. A call will go from here to print num, and here we are giving only one input, right? So our code editor will understand that we are giving one input, that means only one parameter is there, that is 5, that is n. So this 5 will be stored here in n, right? Now our code editor will come here. Okay, then it will come here. It will check the condition. Is n value is 0? No, it is not 0. Okay, so this condition will not work and it will not return. Then it will come here. Before, what we were doing for the increasing order, we were first calling this and then we were printing. But before we are printing, that's why it is coming here. If we call the function first, then it will not come here at the print. But we are first printing this and then we are calling. That's why it is coming here to print n. Now tell me, what is the value of n currently? What is the value of n? N is currently 5, right? Because while calling this function, we have given the value 5, right? So n value is 5. That's why it will print 5. Here I will, so see here. First, it will print 5. Okay. And now it will come to the next line here, that is print num. And here we are calling the function. So call will go from here 2 here. And now for n minus 1 means now it will call the smaller instance. Okay, for n minus 1. So what will be the value for n minus 1 here? N value will be 5 minus 1, that will be 4 here. At this step n value will be 4, right? Okay, now a call is going from here to here. Now it will check what is the n value. Is it 0? No, it is not equals to 0, it is 4. So we will not return from here. Then it will come to the next line. Here it will come, right? And now it will print n value, that is 4. So 5 is already printed as output. Now 4 is showing as output, right? Now it will again come to this line and it will again call for n minus 1. Currently n value is 4. Okay, so if we call this function, right, for n minus 1 again, so what will be the value for n minus 1? Means 4 minus 1. What will be the value for 4 minus 1? That will be 3. Means we are calling again for the smaller instance, that is n minus 2. 5 minus 2, that will be 3 obviously. So it is calling for 3. So currently n value is 3 here. Okay, now we are calling from here to here. Now it will check, is n value is equals to 0? No, it is not equals to 0. Then we will not return. Then it will come here to this line and it will print n value, that is currently its value is 3. So it will print as 3. Okay, so now again it will call for n minus 1, means a smaller instance again it will call, that will be n minus 3. Okay, so now for n minus 1 it is calling. So currently its value is 3. Okay, so for 3 minus 1, that will be 2. So here at this step n value will be 2. Okay, so now again it will check, is n value 0? No, it is not 0. So you will not return, right? And now it will come to this step and it will print the n value. What is the n value here? N value is 2. So it will print 2 here, right? Okay, so now we will come to this step again and now we will call again for n minus 1 from here to here. Now it will again call for the smaller instance, that will be n minus 4. What will be the value for n at this step? N will be here 1, because 2 minus 1, that will be 1, or n minus 4, that means 5 minus 4, it is 1. N value is 1. So now again it will check, is n value 0? No, it is not 0. Can we return? No, we cannot return because this condition is not working, right? So now we will print n value. What is the current n value? That is 1. So we are printing 1 here. So now we have done our task, that is 5 4 3 2 1. It is printing as output in decreasing order, right? So now again we are calling from here to here. N is printing, that is 1, right? Again it will come here and now it will again call for the smaller instance, that will be n minus 1, means n minus 5. Now tell me what will be the value for n at this step. Now n value will become 0, right? So see here, this condition will hit. Now again it will check, is n value 0? Yes, it is 0. Then you can return from here to here. Then you will return from here to here and we have already printed the output. If we are not printing from here, see here, if we are not printing here and if we write print after this, then it will call for each of the following and then it will return the value from here to here to here to here to here and then it will print the output. So it will print in increasing order 1 2 3 4 5, right? But we are printing first. Okay, we are printing first and then we are calling the function. That's why it is showing as in decreasing order. So I hope you understood how this code will run in backend. So in one question only we have understood two questions and its logic also, in decreasing order also and increasing order also. So now we will jump to our next question. So now our next question is, we have to convert a decimal, means integer, to binary. What does binary means? See here, in school we have listened that computer works on binary, means computer store data in binary form, that is 0 and 1 form, right? So similarly we have to convert an integer into binary. How? Let's see. So see here, if I give you a question that you have to convert 12, that means integer number 12 into binary, how you will convert it? You will convert by dividing by 2. Okay, so if I tell you I have to find binary of 12, right? So I will divide 12 by 2, that will be 6. Okay, and here I will write the remainder. Here I will write the remainder, right? So if I divide 12 by 2, what will be the remainder? 0, because it is completely divisible. So here I am writing 0. Okay, remainder. Now I will divide 6 by 2. So what will be the remainder. Is it completely divisible? Yes, it is completely divisible. That's why its value will be 0. Now I will divide 3 by 2. So what will be the remainder? That will be 1, right? That will be 1 because it is not completely divisible. So see here, we have found our binary form of 12. How? See here. Now we will write this binary format 1 1 0 0 in reverse order. Not from here, not from the top. No, we will write in reverse order. How? Let's see. Reverse order means first we will write 1. Our binary format of 12 is 1. Then here we will come, that is again 1. Then here we will come, that is 0. Then again we will come here and that is 0. Means binary form of 12 is 1100. Okay. Now again we will take another example, and that is if I tell you that you have to find the binary of 25, right? So you have to divide by 2 only. Okay. So if I want to find binary of 25, then I will divide 2 ones are 2 and 2 twos are 4. So tell me, is it completely divisible? No, it is not completely divisible, right? So its remainder will be 1. Now again I will divide 12 by 2. Okay. So what will be the answer? That will be 6. Is it completely divisible? Yes, it is completely divisible. That's why its remainder will be 0, right? Now I will divide this 6 by 2. So tell me, what will be the answer? That is 3. So is it completely divisible? Yes, it is completely divisible. That means 0, right? Now again I will divide this 3 by 2. So now what will be the remainder here? 1. And what will come here? Is it completely divisible or not? Yes, it is completely divisible. No. So tell me, what remainder will come here? Is it completely divisible? No, it is not completely divisible. That's why it will come 1 here. Okay. So now we will write this in reverse order. That is, we will start from here. Don't leave this. We will start from here only. So its binary form will be 1. From here we will start, then here 1. Then here, that is 0. Then here, that is 0. And then here, that is 1. So 25 binary form is 11001, right? So now we will write code for this. So now let's see, for writing the code for this logic, we will need two things. Means we have to write logic for two things. What are the two things? See here. First, what we are doing? We are dividing a number by 2. Means we are making it half. You can say that. We are making it half. Or we are dividing by 2. So first logic will be this. Okay. And the second logic will be this. Remainder. We are finding the remainder also. Is it 0 or is it 1? Then only we can reverse it and then only we can find the binary form. Right. So we have to write logic for 2. First, for dividing the number by 2, 25 we are dividing by 2, then again 12 dividing by 2, 6 dividing by 2, 3 dividing by 2, till its answer come here, right? So we are writing this. Okay, so first logic will be for dividing by 2 and the second logic will be for this remainder. Okay, so let's see in Visual Studio Code. We will write code for this. For this we have to first create a function and that will be def. Okay, I am giving its name decimal to binary, or binary you can write as you wish. Okay, binary. Then inside the parenthesis I will pass a parameter because only one parameter I need, that is n, and we will store the number in the n whose binary we want to find. Okay, I want to find binary for 12 or 25, so we will give that only. Okay, decimal spelling was not correct, that's why. Okay, so now colon. And now in the next line we will write a condition. What condition we will write? Or either we will write the condition at the end. First we will write the logic for this. What will be the logic for this? See here. For this we will return value. And here we will write the logic while returning. What will be the logic? First logic will be for making that number into half. Means dividing that number by 2. So here we will call our function. Means decimal to binary is calling itself. Okay. And now inside this parenthesis we will write, we are making a number dividing by 2. Means if n is our number whose binary we want to find, so we will divide that number by 2. We are making it half, we are dividing by 2. That only I am writing here. And then we can do one more thing, and that is we can find the remainder. So how we will find the remainder? By using modulo. What does modulo do? Its work is to find the remainder. And what does this plus means? We are not adding a number, we are appending that number. So now we will call this function, and that will be, see here, from here we will call our function, and that is print. We will print here decimal to binary, and I want to find the binary of 25 or 12. Okay, so I am writing here 12, right? And here we will write the condition. What are the condition? Condition is, if someone write here 0, if someone tell that you have to find the binary of 0, then 0 binary is 0 only. And if someone tell that you have to find the binary for 1, then 1 binary is 1 only. Okay, so we will write that condition only. If n is equals to 0, if someone tells you that find the binary of 0 if n value is 0 while calling this function, so then you can return 0 only. Return 0, right? And if someone ask for 1, elif I am using here, n is equals to 1, means if someone tells that you have to find the binary for 1, then you can return 1. Return simply 1, right? So now we have written our code, and now I will run this code. So let's see what output will come. See here 1100, and let's see what output. So let's see our answer also. 1100 means it's showing correct output, right? So we have written our correct code. If I tell that you have to find the binary for 25, so its answer is 11001. Okay, so let's see. I will write here 25. So now again I will run this code. See here 11001, and that only we have calculated 11001, right? So I hope you understood how this code will run in backend. So this part of code is dividing a number, means it is dividing this 25 by 2, 12 by 2, 6 by 2, 3 by 2, or 12 by 2, 6 by 2, 3 by 2, right? And this code and this part of code is finding the remainder. It is finding the remainder 10011. 0011, right? So I hope you understood how this code will run in backend and how to use logic. So now we will jump to our next question. So now our next question is, we have to find the sum of n natural numbers. What does this mean? If I give that n value is equals to 7, then what will be the sum of n natural numbers? Simply you have to add all the numbers from 1 to 7. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to add all the numbers from 1 to 7. If I give value n is equals to 10, then you have to add 1 to 10 all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? If I give its value 5, then you have to add all the numbers from 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you have to give output, means you have to write the logic for that. Okay, so till now what we were doing, we were just printing all the n natural numbers. If I give value 5, n is equals to 5, so we were printing in increasing order from 1 to 5 or in decreasing order from 5 to 1, right? We have to add only one thing in this code. Remaining code will be same only. We have to just add that n plus and whatever value is there till now. I mean, for example, if currently n is equals to 5, because if I am giving n is equals to 5, starting n value will be 5 only. After that, calling the smaller instance, its value will become 4. That means you have to add 5 plus 4. Okay, now at this point n value becomes 3. Then you have to add whatever current value n is, you have to add in that. That is 3. After that, again it will call the smaller instance, and in this step n value is 2, means you have to add the current n value again. Okay, and after that again it will call to the smaller instance, and that is now n value is 1. So you have to again add the number. What is the current value of n? That is 1. You have to add all of that, and now it will print 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 and plus 1. Okay, and it will give correct answer, right? So we have to add only one thing, and that will be, here we will add, okay, here we will add n plus. Okay, so now we will come to our Visual Studio and we will write code for that. So for that we have to create a function, or we have to define a function, right? So for that I am writing here sum I'm giving its name sum, and we will pass a parameter, and that will be n. Okay, and it will add all the n natural numbers, and after that we have to write the logic. Okay, so I will write logic, and that is you have to return from here. And what you have to return? Obviously, whatever value of n is there currently. Okay, whatever value of n is there, you have to add n plus and sum, and here we are calling the function, means function is calling itself. Okay, and for what we will call? We will call for n minus 1, means for the smaller instance. Obviously, if I give n value 5, then it will call for 4, then 3, then 2, then 1, and it will add all the numbers, right? So that only I'm writing here, and then you can print that, and for print I'm calling from here. Initially we will call our function from here, that's why I'm writing here sum. After that I will pass its value, and that will be 5. Okay, and here I will write the condition that this is the stopping condition, means if n value becomes equals to 1, then you can return 1 and you can stop here, return 1. Okay, now we will see how this code will run in backend, right? So let's see, we are calling our function from here. Initially we are calling from here, so our code editor will call this function from here to here, and 5 we are giving n value, so this 5 will be stored here in n, right? And then it will check the condition. What is the condition? It will check that is n is equals to 1. No, it is not 1, its value is 5 currently. Okay, I'll write here also n value is 5, right? So it will not come here, and it will directly return the 5 value. So currently n value is 5, so it will come here and it will write 5 because n value is 5 plus. Now it will call this function. Okay, again for n minus 1, for n minus 1, so it will call for the smaller instance n minus 1. Here n value will be 4, right? So it is calling for 4. Okay, now it will come here, it will call for 4, then it will check is n equals to 1. No, it is 4. Okay, then it will not come here, it will directly come here, and it will add n value. What is the current n value? That is 4. So it will add 4 in 5. Okay, so now again it will call this function for n minus 1. Again a call is going from here to here for n minus 2. And what will be the value currently of n? That will be 3, right? So it will add 3 here. It will add 3 here, and it will check is n equals to 1. No, it is not 1, it is 3. Okay, so it will add in that, which I have told you, that 4 plus 3. Okay, now again we will call this function for n minus 1. Again n minus 1 means n minus 3. Here n value will be 2. Okay, here n value will be 2. Now again it will check is n equals to 1. No, it is not 1. So it will add this value, that is 2. Okay, and it will add in that, which I have told you here. Okay, again this n minus 1 will call this function for n minus 1, means n minus 4. Here n value is equals to 1. Now this condition will hit. See here, n is equals to 1. Yes, it is equals to 1. Then you can return directly 1. Then you can return directly 1, and it will add 1 in this. Okay, it will add 1 in this, and it will return to this. And now the final answer will be print from here, because we have written print here. That's why final answer will print here. So what will be the final answer? Obviously 5 plus 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. So it will show 15 answer, right? So now we will see in our Visual Studio Code. So let's see. Now we will run our code. See here, it's showing 15 answer, means it's correct. If I change the value, and that is 7. Okay, so now it will add all the values. See here, it's showing 28. Yes, 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, right? So I hope you understood how this code run in backend. So now our next question is, we have to reverse a string, right? So if I tell you that you have to reverse a string using recursion, in tuples and dictionary I have already taught you that you can reverse a string by using method, and it is much more easier. But here we have to use recursion. So for that, if I tell you that this is a string, this hello is a string and you have to reverse this. After reversing, what answer will come? After reversing, what answer will come? It will come O, L, L, E, right? E and then H. This answer will come, right? So now if I tell that you have to write a logic for recursion. So what logic we will apply here? So if I tell my code editor you do one thing for reversing this, code editor knows that each and every character in the string have a index number. Each and every character in the string have a index number. Okay. What will be the index number? I have already taught you in the previous tutorial. It will start from 0th index. So H will have 0 index, E will have 1 index, L will have 2 index, this L will have 3 index, and this O will have 4 index, right? So if I tell my code editor you do one thing, you can ignore this 0th index character H, okay, and you can call yourself, means I will tell the function that you can call yourself for the ELLO, okay, and you can ignore this 0th index character, okay. So what will be the remaining answer? That will be ELLO, okay. And now I will tell my code editor that the value, means at the 0th index the character what you were ignoring, you can add at the end of your string. You can add at the end of your string. See here. So now at this step what answer will come? At this step answer will be ELLOH. So see here, we have completed our first task. How? After reversing this, what answer will come? O, double L, E and H, right? So see here, H is coming at the end. We have completed our first task. Now, this E will come here. So for that, I have to again tell my code editor that now what will be the index number for this? What will be the index number for this? Its index number will be 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So now you can do one thing, that you can ignore the 0th index character and you can only call for this 1, 2 and 3, and you can add the 0th index character at the end of your string, okay. So how? It will call again for the smaller instance, right? And now the answer will be LLO, okay. And here H was already there, okay. So now you can add E also here. What you were ignoring here, you can add E here, okay. And now again plus, okay. So now what answer will come at this step? The answer will be LLO, then E and then H. See here, H and E is showing at the correct place, okay. So now I will tell again my code editor that you can call again yourself and for the smaller instance, and this time this will be 0th index, this will be 1 index, this will be 2 index. So you can again ignore the 0th index and you can only call for 1 and 2, and you can add the 0th index value at the end of your string. After this step, if we are adding this L at the end, so this is the complete string L and O, okay. E is already there, H is already there, okay. So here we will add. So now at this step what answer will come? At this step answer will come L, O, L, E and H, okay. So now 3 characters are coming at the correct place, right? So now I will again tell my code editor that you can call yourself for the smaller instance. Now this time again it will ignore the 0th index and it will add here, okay. So now what answer will come? I'll write here or I'll write here, okay. This LEH is here only, L, E and H is here only. This O is also here because this is the string. Now you can add at the end of the string, means L will add here. See here. Now at this step LLEH means 4 values are coming at the correct point, right? Now again I will tell that my code editor that you can call yourself for the smaller instance, and this time this is the 0th index. So okay, so now it will be empty, okay. If you ignore this it will be empty, and now you can add after that this 0th index character, means here you have to add the 0, okay. So now this is empty. Now here we will add, means O, right, plus L plus L plus E and plus H. So see here, we have completed our task OLLEH. and this only we have to write in our code editor. So now we will write code for reverse a string, and that is def. We are creating a function and I'm giving its name reverse, and here I'm passing a parameter that is s, and here hello will be store. Okay, and then we can return here from here, and while returning I will write the code logic, and that will be I am calling my reverse function from here. Okay, I am calling my reverse function from here, and in this I will pass the s index number in the square bracket, and that is, you do one thing, you can call yourself for the from the index number 1, not from the 0, because 0 we are ignoring and we are adding at the end of your string, right? So you can call for for 1 index. Okay, and then colon, and then I am not giving its ending point. We have already learned in tuples and dictionary that what is the starting and ending point in slicing. That's why I'm not teaching you again, but in short I'll tell you that before colon is the starting point from where we are starting our string, and if after colon you don't give the value, it will take the last index number. For example, here we are slicing, so I am giving its index point, that is 1. Okay, we are ignoring this e, so I am giving its starting point, that is 1. Okay, and I am not giving its ending point, so it will automatically take 3 because its last index is 3. That's why if you give the ending point, then it will take that ending point. If you don't give the ending point, it will take the last index number or whatever length is there of your string. It will take that only. Okay, so after that I am appending. I am not adding, I am appending at the end of your string, and that will be your 0th index character, your string 0th index character, right? Because we are appending here 0th index only, right? This is our complete string, and we are, if ignoring this one h, so we are adding this h at the end. See here, this is our string and we are ignoring this 0th index h, so we are appending this h at the end of the string. This is the string and we are adding at the end of the string, so that's why I'm writing here you have to append this, right? So I hope you understood. Now I will write here if condition, and what will be the base condition? That will be, if someone gives you a string whose length is if a string length is equals to 0 0, means the string is empty, then you can directly return that string. You can directly return s. Okay, you can again write one more condition, and that is, if your string length is 1 only. String length is 1 means only one character is there. You can also return in that condition s. Okay, you can also return that string only in that condition, but I am not writing that. It's all up to you. You want to, you can write. I am only writing for the 0th. Means if your string is empty, you can return from here. You can break that. Okay, this remaining code will not run. Okay, that only I have written here, and from here I am calling this function, and here I will call this, and I will give input, that will be hello. My string is hello. Okay, so now I will run this code and let's see what output will come. See here, it's showing our correct output, OLLEH, right? This part is doing that it will start calling this function for our string, but for the index number 1 until whatever length is there of your string. Okay, and this will append the 0th index, whatever 0th index character is there at that current point. Initially 0th index character is this 0. After that step 0th index character is e. After that step 0th index character is l. After that step 0th index character is l, and at the end your 0th index character is o. Okay, so it will do that thing. It will append at the end of your string, right? We have understood. Now we will jump to our next question. So now our next question is, we have to check a palindrome. A string is a palindrome or not. So what does this mean? Madam is a string, right? If you read this madam backward, what will be the answer? If I reverse the string, what will be the answer? MADAM, means same answer will come, means it is a palindrome. You tell me, is Priyanshi a palindrome? When you will reverse my name, or when you will read backwards, will that name will be same what it was before reversing? No, it will not be same. Means Priyanshi is not a palindrome. If I tell you that, is noon a palindrome? Yes, it is a palindrome. When you will read this backwards, then it will be same only. If you reverse this, it will be same only. That means noon is also a palindrome. So we have to tell our code editor by using recursion that you can check is string a palindrome or not. If we reverse a string, is that string is palindrome or not. Okay, so let's see. So what logic we will apply? Let's see. See here, I have already taught you that each and every character in the string have an index number, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. Okay, but one more thing also I have taught you in tuples and dictionary, and that is the last index. We can also say that it is -1. Yes, we can say that. -1 means the last index character. Okay. Whatever your string length is, it doesn't matter. Your string length we can 10 letters also, 10 characters also, 20 characters also, or 1000 characters. Whatever the last index number character will be there, its index number will be -1. Okay. So if I tell that my code editor that you do one thing, you can compare the first character and the last character. Okay, you can start comparing from the first character and from the last character. Is it same? If it is same, yes, it can be a palindrome. It is not compulsory that it will be a palindrome, but yes, first and last character same means it can be a palindrome. Okay, now you come here. You can remove this because we have checked M and M. I will write here again. See here. If I tell my code editor, you do one thing. Okay. If I tell my code editor, you do one thing, you start comparing from here, from the first character and from the last character, -1. Okay. 0 and -1. 0 and -1. Okay. Currently, its index is 0 and its index is -1. You do one thing, you compare is 0 in the index character and -1 index character, means first and last character are same. If it is same, yes, it can be palindrome. So yes, it is same. Okay. So now you do one thing, you can remove this M because we have checked. You can remove the 0th index and you can remove the -1 index character. Okay, because we have checked. Yes. Now our string is this. Okay, because we have removed that. So now our current string is M is removed. So our current string is ADA. Okay. Now you do one thing. Now this is 0th index because we have removed M. We have checked. Yes, it can be a palindrome because first and last character is same. Now we have removed first and last character. So now our string is ADA. So this is the 0th index and now this will become the -1 means the last index character, right? So now I will tell my code editor that you do one thing. Now you check whatever the first character is there means the 0th index character is there and the last index character is there. Is this same? If they are same, okay, then it can be a palindrome. Okay, so we have checked this also. So now this will be removed from my string. Now only one character is remaining. Okay, so if one character is remaining, you can compare this only with this. Then if only one character is there, then this will be only 0th index and this will be only -1 index because first and last character are same. Okay, so yes, they are same, so means it is a palindrome. Okay, if there are more characters, then it will compare that also. If there are D, E, F will be also there, then it will compare this D to the last character, then it will compare this to this only because 0 and -1 is same only if only one character is remaining. Okay, first index is also that only and the last index is also that only, and it will tell yes, it is a palindrome. But in this condition, D and F are not same, so it will give false answer. No, it is not a palindrome. But in this condition, our madam, yes, it is a palindrome. Okay, I'll give you one more example, and that is noon. Okay, that is noon. So now, tell me, what will be the 0th index? This N will be the 0th index character and this will be the last index character. Now I will tell my code editor that you do one thing, you check is first and the last index character are same. Yes, it is same, means it can be a palindrome. Now you remove that. Okay, now our string is this. Now 0th index is this and -1 is this. Now tell me, is first and last character same? Yes, it is same, means it is a palindrome. Okay, I hope you understood both the situation. If two characters are there, then it will compare. If only one single character is there, then it will compare with that only. So now we will write code for this, for the palindrome. So for that we have to first create, means define a function, and that is I am defining palindrome. I'm giving my function name palindrome, and then one parameter I'm passing where our string will be stored, whom we want to check is it a palindrome or not. Okay. Then we will write a condition. My first condition will be there if my string length is, whom I want to check is it a palindrome or not. If my string length is less than 1 or equals to 1, means less than 1 means there will be string will be empty. Okay. And equals to 1 means there will be only one single character. So if you reverse that, answer will be same only. So for that, both the condition, if its length is less than or equals to 1, then you can directly return true. Directly return true. Okay. Now my second condition will be if my string, I want to check that is it a palindrome or not. So my second condition will be if my string 0th index character, see here, okay, 0th index character means first character is not equals to, it's not equals to string last character. Sorry. So now my second condition will be if I tell that my string, so my second condition will be check string 0th index character. Okay, 0th index means first character. If my 0th index character is not equals to string last index character, last index character is not equals to, then you can return false, means it is not a palindrome if it is not equals to, right? So you can return false here. Okay. Now the next will be then in the next condition it can be a palindrome, obviously. See here, the first time here I have taught you that first time it will check first and last character. If it is not same, then it will directly return. You don't have to check the remaining condition. Okay, if first and last character is not same, you can directly return false. Okay, if it is same, then you can update the value of first character and the last character. Then the first character will be this A and the last will be this. Okay, so that only I am writing here. If it is not false, means it can be a palindrome, means first and last character is equal, then it can be a palindrome, but you have to check the next characters also, then you can return. And here while return I will call function palindrome only, function call itself, and then s string. And for what we are calling, we are calling for the next character, because 0th index we have checked. Now it will call for the next character. 0th index we have checked, now it will call for the next character, and this -1 will be updated and this a will become -1. Okay, so for the next character you have to check for the first index and the -1 will be updated. Okay, so we have written this, and now I will print my output. So for that I will call my function, and here I will give input for which string you want to check is it a palindrome or not. So see here I have written this, and now I will run this code. See here it's showing true answer, means madam is a palindrome. If I give here noon, so now it will check yes it is a palindrome. If I give my name, then it will check no, it is not a palindrome. So I hope you understood. So now our next question is we have to find the factorial of integers. What does this mean? So let's see. If I tell you that you have to find the factorial for 5, what does this mean? See here, factorial of 5 will be you have to multiply all the numbers from 5 to 1 in reverse order. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into till 1 you have to multiply. Okay, and then your answer will come. And what will be the answer for that? 5 into 4 that will be 20. 20 into 3 that will be 60. 60 into 2 that will be 120. So its answer will be 120. Okay. If I tell you that you have to find the factorial for 3, what will be the factorial for 3? You have to multiply 3 till 1 in reverse order. That will be 3 into 2 into 1. whatever digits will come between that number and 1, you have to multiply all that numbers in reverse order, right? And then answer will come, and that is 6. Okay, so remember, I have taught you in our first question to print the numbers, to print n natural numbers in decreasing order. That logic only we will write here. Okay, but one thing we will add, and that will be multiplication. Whatever the current value of n will be there, you have to multiply that n value. And to whom you will multiply? When you will call that function. Okay, if you don't understand, don't worry, I will explain you in the easiest way possible. So now we will write code for factorial. So for that we have to create a function, and that is factorial. Okay, then I am passing a parameter, and that is only m. Okay, here we will store the digit or the integer whom factorial we want to find. Okay, and here I will pass one condition, and that will be if n value, if user give n value that is 0. If someone want to find the factorial of 0, then and with that, if someone want to and or operator, or if someone want to find the factorial for 1, if n is equals to 1, then you can directly return 1, because 0 factorial is 1 and 1 factorial is also 1. So that's why I have written here, if n value is given 0 or n value is given 1. If you want to find the factorial for 0 or 1, its factorial will be 1 only. So you can directly return 1. Okay. And if someone gives some digit, okay, rather than 0 or 1, so then you can return this. And here I will write the logic for that. And here I will call my function, and that is factorial. And for the smaller instance, similarly, for the decreasing and increasing order we were writing n minus 1, it will call for that. Only one thing we will add in that, and that will be, you have to multiply this factorial n minus 1, what you are calling the smaller instance. You have to multiply that with the n value. Whatever the value of n will be there currently, you have to multiply with that. Okay. And now you will return. Okay. And now here I will call my function and print n. Here I am calling my function, that is factorial, and I am giving input. I want to find the factorial for 5, and its factorial will be 120, right? So now see here, it's showing correct output. If I write here 7, 5040, okay, so yes, it's correct. So now we will see how this code will run in backend. It will come from here, it will check, okay, 7 is the integer whom we want to find the factorial. Here will be the 7, and it will store here. So n will store 7. Okay, now it will check, is n equals to 0 or 1? No, it is not. So there is no need to return 1. Okay, so now it will come to this step. Okay, and now it will say what is the value of n, that is 7. Okay, 7, then multiply, and then you can call for the smaller instance. What will be the smaller instance? The smaller instance will be if currently n is 7. Okay, so for the smaller instance it will be 6. N minus 1, that will be 6. So you can multiply by 6. Okay, so it will call for 6. It will check, is n equals to 0 or 1? No, it is not. It is 6. Okay, so then you can multiply with 6. Okay, so 7 and 6, it is multiply. Now again it will call for the smaller instance. From again it will call for the smaller instance. This time n value will be 5. Okay, now it will check, is it equals to 0 or 1? No, it is not equals to. Then you can multiply this with this. So now again it will multiply with 5. Okay, now again it will call for the smaller instance, that will be 4. So again it will multiply for 4. Then again it will call for the smaller instance, that will be 3. So it will multiply by 3. Then again it will call for the smaller instance, that will be 2. So it will multiply by 2. Then it will again call for the smaller instance, that will be 1. Now this time see, n is equals to 1. So it will directly return 1 here. It will directly return 1 here, and it will give the correct answer. And what is the correct answer? That is 5040. Okay, so it will print here 5040. So I hope you understood how this code will run in backend. So now next question is, we have to convert inches into centimeter. So tell me, 1 inch is equals to how many centimeter? 1 inch, let me tell you, 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter. Okay. So now we have to calculate for that. So if I tell my coordinator that you have to calculate 5 inch. Okay. In 5 inches, how many centimeters will be there? Okay. In 5 inches, how many centimeters will be there? You have to calculate. So we have to write code for this. So for this, let me first explain you the logic. See here. If 5 inches are there, okay, and how many centimeters will be there, we don't know. Okay, so currently if 5 inch, I'll divide it into each inch. See here, this is first inch, this is second inch, this is third, this is fourth, and this is fifth. Okay, so for calculating this first inch, what we will do? We will add 2.54. Obviously, because 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter. So for this inch, we will add 2.54. Similarly, for this inch, we will add 2.54. Similarly, for this inch, we will add 2.54. Similarly, for this inch, we will add 2.54. And similarly, for this inch, for the fifth one, we will add 2.54. And now you will add all these values for all the inches. You can add this, and the sum, whatever sum will be there, it will be our answer. So what sum will be there? See here, 2 2 2 2 2. This will be 10, and this will be 11 and 12. So 12.7 or 12.7 will be there, I think. Okay, so our answer will be 12.7. Okay, so I hope you understood how to calculate this. Let me explain you how this code will run in backend also. If I tell my coordinator for 5 you have to calculate. So currently n will be 5. So for the 5 inches you have to calculate how many centimeters are there. So currently is 5. So for this step it will add 2.54 because 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter. That's why. Now it will call the smaller instance, that will be n minus 1. N minus 1. What will be the value of n minus 1 here? At this step n will be 4. So for this step also it will add 2.54. Okay. Now it will again call for the smaller instance, that will be n minus 2. So at this step what will be the n value? N will be 3, and it will add 2.54 for the 3. Okay. Now again it will call for the smaller instance, that will be n minus 3. Now tell me what will be the n value at this point? N will be 2, and 2.54 it will add again for the second index, right? Now again it will call for the smaller instance, that will be n minus 4. At this point n value will be 1. Okay. So for this also it will add 2.54. Now for all the 5 inches we have added for this one also, for this one also, for this one also, for this one also, and for this one also. So then we will write the condition, and that is if inches is equals to 0, then you can return. Means if n value becomes equals to 0, then you can return from there. You can return from there. Okay, we have calculated, and we will write code that you can all add all these 2.54, 2.54, 2.54, 2.54, and 2.54. Okay, so I hope you understood. Now we will write code for this. I am defining a function. Okay, and that is inches to centimeter. Okay, and now I will pass a parameter, that is n. You can also define inches. Okay, you can give parameter name inches, but I am giving n. It will be easy for you to understand, that's why. Okay, so now after that I will write a condition, and that is, sorry, I was writing parameter name inches, that's why I was writing inches, but now I have given its name n. So if n value is equals to 0, and whenever n value becomes 0, then you can directly return from here, and what you will return, that will be 0, obviously. And now I will write the logic for this to calculate convert inch to centimeter, and that will be, you do one thing, you can add 2.54 because 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeter, and whom you will add while calling your function. function call itself. While calling your function, you can add. Similar logic is there what we were writing till now. Okay. And n minus 1 for the smaller instance. Okay. If you give this parameter name inches, then you have to write inches minus 1. Okay. I have given n, that's why I'm writing here n minus 1. And at the end, I will call this function and print. So inches, and I want to calculate for 5 inch and convert this 5 inches to centimeter. Okay. Now I will run this code. 12.7, I think it will come. Yes, 12.7 is showing, right? If I want to calculate for 10, then let's see. 25.39999 something. Okay, it's correct. So I hope you understood how this code is running in backend. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share with your friends and family so that they can improve their coding skills and learn Python with great projects and practice questions. And comment below how you like it. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.